So, when is a law that's supposed to protect you, the consumer, not quite what it seems? Today, we're going to peel back the layers on Louisiana House Bill 929. It's a new law for auto glass repair that has, well, kicked up a whole lot of controversy.
Now, on the surface, this bill is all about stopping fraud. But its opponents are asking a really big question. Is this law actually designed to protect you, or is it really about protecting the market share of huge insurance companies? That's the core question we're digging into today.
All right, let's start with the official story. House Bill 929 is being sold as a much-needed step to clean up the auto glass industry. So the language in the bill goes after things like false claims, misrepresentation, unsafe repairs. Supporters are framing it as a simple, straightforward safety and anti-fraud measure. I mean, who could possibly argue with that? Well, as it turns out, a lot of people can. According to the Independent Glass Association, we'll call them the IGA, what's happening in Louisiana isn't some isolated incident. They argue it's actually part of a much, much bigger strategy. What the IGA is claiming here is that this bill wasn't born in Louisiana. They see it as a kind of pre-packaged legislation, a template that the insurance industry is pushing in state after state to basically reshape the market to benefit them. And look, this isn't just some theory. The IGA points to a pretty clear pattern. A very similar bill was shot down in Washington. Another one in Virginia had to be completely rewritten after lawmakers really dug in and saw the potential impact on small businesses. So Louisiana is just the latest battleground for this model. So what is the real problem here? Well, opponents say it comes down to a massive conflict of interest. It's like letting the same company be both the referee and the star player in the very same game. The key concept we've got to understand here is vertical integration. This happens when one giant company, and in this industry, we're often talking about Safelite, isn't just a repair shop. They are woven into the entire insurance process, controlling it from all these different angles. Let's just walk through this. First, a company like Safelite often acts as the third-party administrator. They're the ones you call to even start your insurance claim. Second, they're the ones who manage the preferred network of shops that your insurance company recommends. And third, they own their own huge chain of repair shops. So they are literally competing against the very same local businesses whose payments they process and whose customer referrals they control. The IGA's position is pretty blunt. You just can't have a fair market when one of your competitors also gets to make the rules, process the paperwork, and steer the customers for everybody else. They see this conflict as baked into the system and totally unfair. Okay, so how does this huge conflict of interest actually show up in the words of House Bill 929? Well, opponents point to 4 key parts of the bill that they believe are designed to squeeze independent shops right out of the market. The first thing is something called an assignment of benefits, or AOB. Right now, when you get your windshield fixed, you can sign a simple AOB form. This just lets the repair shop deal directly with your insurance company to get paid. It's easy, and it keeps you out of the middle of any billing headaches. So what does HB 929 do? It completely gets rid of AOB for auto glass repairs. And that change just flips the script entirely. Without AOB, you have to pay the repair shop out of your own pocket first and then go fight with your insurance company to get your money back. All of a sudden, the consumer is stuck right in the middle of any potential payment dispute. Oh, but it doesn't stop there. The bill also bans really common marketing tactics, like offering a gift card or a free box of steaks with a new windshield. These are normal things businesses do, but this law could classify them as an unfair practice. It also forces you, the consumer, to call the insurer and get a claim number before you can even hire a shop, which gives that claims administrator one more chance to steer you toward one of their own stores. And maybe the most alarming part for these small shops is the super vague language around pricing. The bill says shops can only charge reasonable and customary rates, but it never says what that actually means. So who gets to decide? Well, opponents argue this is a backdoor way for insurers to set artificially low prices, basically starving out any competitor who won't play ball. So let's connect all this legal stuff to the real world. What does this actually mean for that local auto glass shop in your town in Louisiana? You see, the Independent Glass Association is fighting this bill so hard because its members are these small, Main Street businesses. These aren't giant corporations. We're talking about local employers and local taxpayers. For these shops, this bill is basically a perfect storm. It piles on a bunch of new regulations and liabilities, it handcuffs their ability to market themselves, it exposes them to serious legal risks for doing things that are common in retail, and it lets their biggest competitor, the same one processing their claims, tell them how much they can charge. The IGA says the end result is a massive built-in advantage for the giants like Safelite. So here's the bottom line for the opposition. This legislation isn't some fine-tuned tool designed to surgically remove fraud. They see it as a sledgehammer designed to completely restructure the marketplace to help a few powerful out-of-state companies. And that brings us right back to where we started. The debate over House Bill 929 isn't really about being for or against fraud. I mean, come on, everybody's against fraud. Instead, what the opposition is arguing is that this bill uses the very popular idea of consumer protection as a kind of Trojan horse for rules that rig the game. It's about writing an unfair playing field directly into state law. And that leaves us with a really critical question, one that goes way beyond just auto glass. In any industry, where do you draw the line between genuine consumer protection and laws that just end up consolidating power for the biggest companies? With House Bill 929, that's the decision Louisiana lawmakers have to make.